I was awake all night last night seeing myself on this chair, so thank you.
Did more happen after you got here?
It's happening. Well, it's a pleasure to be here and among everybody else in this room. I have been practicing the law of attraction and being in the vortex since I was 5 years old, but not knowing what it's called. I have gotten my family through war and poverty and traveling through different continents and experiencing matters of life and death, and by just using the power of my mind and thoughts and where I envisioned us being and living, and so here we are in the beautiful La Jolla. My question really is, I come here with the intention of strengthening my practice of deliberate creation or co-creation. I'm a student of life, as I always have been and will be, and I also teach in a form of a coach to others. I tend to hear this from a lot of people saying that, well, this law of attraction is great, being in the vortex, raising your vibrational frequency, this works, I get it, I see it. But I look around, and this is not my question, this is a question collectively from what I've been receiving, that what about those that have no idea about the law of attraction, don't even think about how things work, but yet they get everything they want? They have the husband, the money, the this.
You don't have to know what makes the lights come on as long as you can find the switch somewhere. You don't have to know about electricity. You don't have to understand where it comes from. So those are people who have discovered early that they like to feel good, who gravitate toward the thoughts that do feel good. They've found that criticism feels awful, so they don't do it. And they found that compliments feel good, and so they do. They found that self-deprecation does not feel good, and so they don't do it. They found that being proud of themselves feels good, so they do it. In other words, you don't have to know about the laws of the universe. You were all born with this guidance system. It's such an interesting thing that when you're in sync with how source feels about whatever it is you're focused upon, it feels wonderful to you. And when you're focused in opposition to it, it feels awful to you. And isn't that just the most natural guidance in the world? Is it really necessary that we talk about all the laws? Is it really necessary that we put it into all of these steps? The reason that we're doing that is because we're trying to help you to forget all of the stuff you've picked up along your physical trail that isn't serving you. But the little ones are born knowing it. They know that they're good until you try to teach them otherwise. They know that they're appropriate until you try to make them naughty. They know that life will be good for them until you begin warning them about everything. They know that they are revered by all that is good until you try to convince them otherwise. And so no one needs to hear this in the way that we are laying it out. We're just talking to those of you who've talked yourself out of knowing it.